What's up, everybody? This is Isis Golden. I'm coming to you with video number 5. This is called My Childhood Dream. To begin with, I guess I can say that as far back as I can remember, I've always had a desire to express myself creatively. And one thing I do remember about an earlier part of my childhood is watching my parents host fashion shows, and my mom design clothes, pantsuits, dresses, just about anything you can think of for our customers, for clients who were modeling in our fashion shows. But that is one thing I do remember, is also partaking in them as well. My mom made me a few very cute little dresses, and I wish that there was a way that I could find some of those pictures from the very early 80s. I was born in 79, so they were doing this kind of work. And that's one thing that I didn't mention in my previous video about my parents, is that they did fashion shows. But I wish that I could find some of those pictures. I was such a cute little kid. But anyway, yeah, I did fashion shows too. I remember modeling in a really cute, like, pink and white skirt, and it was a really, amazing time, I think, that I had up there. I think that was like the first time I found out what it's like to be on a stage. From there, I developed an interest in sketch artist work, picture drawing. I drew pictures of cartoon characters that I would watch on TV or even Disney films, and my favorite one was The Little Mermaid. I also learned that I could write, that I was a writer. So I like to write short stories, a lot of fictional stories with a mermaid as a central character. And from there, I ventured into acting. I discovered that I really liked acting on stage. When I was in the 6th grade, we had a graduation play, and it was about 12 weeks of rehearsals, I think, before opening for graduation. But the play was called Cosmic Pinball. I can't believe I remember this. It was so many, 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 many moons ago, but it was like the first time that I really realized, wow, I really like being on stage. I was like 12 years old, and a lot of parents actually approached my mom and dad and said, you really need to put your daughter in acting. And, I guess at the time it just wasn't a feasible expectation. It wasn't something that they could do. But I do remember that one summer, I was like 14 or 15 years old, our parents put my brother and I in like a summer camp program. And from there, I was able to take a theater class, where I remember one of the weekend classes was like a miming class. And we had to guess what novel the instructor was describing. And I actually guessed that it was J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. And that was like one of my favorite contemporary American novels when I was in high school. So pretty exciting time to be a teenager, discovering that I have all these artistic talents. And then from there, I ventured into also singing. I was tested as a mezzo soprano when I was in junior high school chorus. So for those of you who don't know, mezzo soprano is kind of like, it's like a medium between alto and higher level soprano. So according to my music teacher at the time, I was in the 7th grade, she said that a lot of pop stars, a lot of R&B singers are mezzo sopranos. That's what she told us. So I was like, wow, maybe I could be an R&B singer one day. That's what I thought at the time, because I enjoyed, I loved R&B music as a teenager, and I would just sing just about everything on the radio from the early 90s. But from there, I picked up acting again when I was in college. And that was one of my 2 majors. The other one was cultural anthropology. So I had an interest in cultures, learning about cultures from around the world. But my primary was theater again. So with that, I took like 2 dance classes. One of them was an African dance class, and the other one was a like a tap dance class with a 90-year-old instructor, which she was so amazing to me, the way she just, she had stamina and energy even at that age. I thought it was such a beautiful thing to be able to take this class with this particular instructor who, from what I understood at the time, she had a lot of like decades experience in the performing arts dance, tap dance industry. So this was back in like 2001, I think, when I took that class as a junior in college. So overall, I discovered that I like modeling, drawing, writing, creative writing, singing, acting, and dancing, or mostly the other ones, but the other ones. Before I turned 14 or 15 years old, I discovered that I had all these, multiple, interests, but with a primary love for acting. For the longest time, it was the one thing that made the most sense to me. And I just grew up, loving acting. I loved watching movies. I loved the theater. And I think from the time I was 12 years old and on, I really discovered mostly that, I really enjoy acting on stage. So much so that I took it up as not only a major, but yeah, I took the 2 last advanced acting courses as a college student for those electives because I really wanted the training. I really wanted the education. So that said, what did I do with those interests? I took them all into graduate school for a PhD and did some more production work while I was working on my dissertation. And then what happened after that? I graduated and I'm still trying to figure out where my life is going. So that said, my childhood dream. And hopefully one day when I get to meet you, I get to learn about what your childhood dreams were too. I'll see you on video number 6. Take care.